Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video here. My name is Wasted Potential, and today we are taking a look at all of the football stadiums in the Big Ten Conference, Power 5 Conference, so we're looking at a lot of huge stadiums here, a lot of competitive programs. I'm really excited, so let's hop right into it here. First is kind of an honorable mention, so the way this list is in order, it is by capacity, but Ryan Field, home of Northwestern, is going through a major redesign. And will be out this whole entire year, possibly I think next year as well. But these are some concepts of what Ryan Field should look like after its major redesign. Obviously they're throwing a roof on it, completely new facade on the outside. I believe most of the seating will be brand new as well. I couldn't really find a great interior render, but this was the best one that they were showing. And from the rumors I heard, they're actually going to be playing games this year at their practice facility. Not sure how this is going to work. I'm guessing they're just going to add a bunch of temporary bleachers. This will be interesting to take a look at. Obviously right on the Great Lakes there. Really cool view. But we're talking about Big Ten games here. So usually we're talking at least like 50K in an average game. So this is just a very small venue. Not sure how that's going to work out when they're playing schools like Ohio State or Penn State. But we'll see how it ends up working out. And next up on the list is SECU Stadium, home of Maryland. Opened originally in 1949, has had a couple major redesigns, capacity of 51,802. Overall, a lot of people see it as an odd stadium. Originally, it was just a big horseshoe, which is fine, and it's still in that horseshoe shape and had a nice end zone redesign there. And then they did a update to the stadium and added all these luxury booth seats on the one side, but the opposing side, as you can see in this image here, they just threw on a huge second deck there. Just looks very odd to have that big second deck and then the whole rest of the stadium doesn't have any at all. But nice end zone jumbotron, and like I mentioned before, a nice end zone do-over in the last couple years as well. And overall, nice stadium. No Google Earth image of this one since it is so close to DC. Everything is flat. Figure you guys didn't really care to see that. But up next is FYI Stadium, home of Rutgers. Opened in 1994, capacity of 52,454. Maybe the most forgettable program in the Big Ten, next to Northwestern maybe. But with that new Ryan Field, that'll be really cool. I actually really like FYI Stadium. I think it has a decent design and a nice end zone jumbotron. Biggest complaint would be it's all bleachers, but we'll see that with almost all of these Big Ten stadiums, so not super surprising there. Entrance is okay, as you can see on this photo. Nothing too special on the exterior. And it is right next to their extensive practice facilities and a huge parking lot. Nothing else too interesting there, but it is right by campus. And I'm surprised they pulled in this big of a crowd for a game at Rutgers. But I think this is actually a super cool photo here. And up next is Huntington Bank Stadium, home of Minnesota. Opened in 2009, so I believe this is the newest stadium next to the updated Ryan Field, of course. Capacity of 52,525. Nice amount of seatback seats, and I really like the logo and Minnesota in the middle of the seating there. Overall, looks really nice, and Vikings actually played a couple games here. Actually, they played an entire season here while they were waiting for US Bank Stadium to open up. Nice jumbotron. Overall, nice design, good facility. From what I've heard, the restrooms and everything is nice. I really like the exterior of it here, and a nice amount of luxury booth seats. As you can see in this Google Earth image, I really just like that exterior design. I think they did a good job with the stadium. Really nice college field. They did a super nice job tearing this down and rebuilding it. And again, nice overall facility, nice jumbotron there, and a pretty nice view of their basketball arena over there. They're really close to the hockey rink too, and you can get a nice view of Minneapolis, which I really like as well. And up next is Memorial Stadium, home of Indiana University. There are a couple Memorial Stadiums in the Big Ten. This is the smallest of them, capacity of 52,626. Opened originally in 1960. Overall, this one kind of needs an update. They did just have a end zone update there on that far end zone, which looks good. Nice new jumbotron there as well. But overall, the seating is needing some work, and same with those luxury booths. Like, you can see the luxury booths in the end zone there. Those look good. But up there in the press box, just could use some luxury seating up there. Would probably make this stadium a bit more profitable. Iconic exterior on this one, though. I actually really like it, but it's pretty bland. Just screams college football, though. Gotta like that. Really nice Google Earth image here. Them getting ready for either concert, I believe that's probably graduation. Very cool to see that. I do like that one structure on the closer end zone to us in this image. And with a nice crowd there, overall looks really good. And you can see that other Jumbotron on the other side there, next to that next nice structure I mentioned before. Looks really good. Then up next is Autzen Stadium, home of Oregon, one of the newest members of the Big Ten. I believe they just joined this year, so this will be their first season in the Big Ten. Opened originally in 1966, capacity of 54,000. Really like Autzen. It's very odd, and you kind of have to like it for that. Nice amount of chairback seats, nice amount of luxury booth seats added in the most recent update, as well as an overhang there to cover some fans up from rain and snow and such. Overall, needs an update to the couple of the Jumbotrons, but they do have one nice Jumbotron, I believe, here, and the exterior looks super good on the stadium as well. I mean, Oregon just has the coolest collaborations with Nike, of course. Nike based in Beaverton, so Oregon and Oregon State have a ton of nice Nike stuff. Oregon especially. Overall, really like the look of Autzen Stadium. Is right by campus and located right by the rest of their athletics facility. Always pulling in nice crowds, and as you can see, that is the one Jumbotron that they did update on the end zone there. And up next is the other Memorial Stadium, Illinois Memorial Stadium. Opened in 1923, capacity of 60,670. Kind of similar to Maryland's design, where they just have the one second deck. I don't love it, but it's not as big as the one at Maryland, so you can kind of give it a pass a bit. Really nice luxury booth and press box add-on added in the last 20 years, and that looks really good on the right side of this image. And as you can see, their basketball stadium, about maybe 300 or 400 yards away from the stadium there. But overall, Memorial Stadium, really nice look from the outside, very clean, just screams college football. Really nice end zone Jumbotron, and I like the sign that's located behind it. Located right on campus and near the rest of their practice facility. And with a big crowd there, does end up looking really good. And that's Memorial Field, home of Illinois. Up next is Ross-Ade Stadium, home of Purdue. Opened in 1924, capacity of 65,000. Can't go wrong with the horseshoe shape. This one also did just go through a large redesign, so I don't have a ton of updated photos of that, but I tried to get the most recent ones I can. As you can see, they added a ton of luxury booth seating up there. Nice new Jumbotron there at the far end zone. And a very odd light post, but I think it actually looks really good, just very different. You see located right by their basketball center and the rest of their athletics facilities, and it is right on campus. Overall, really good look on this one. Purdue, though, a more irrelevant football school in the Big Ten. Very competitive at basketball, as you know, though. But overall, solid stadium. Nothing too notable. That is Ross-Ade Stadium, home of Purdue. And up next, another new member to the Big Ten, Husky Stadium, home of Washington. Opened in 1920, capacity of 70,083. They're starting to add a lot of chairback seats here, which I love, but the bleachers don't look too bad. Really like the overhang on this one. Overall, if you're going to add a second deck onto a college football stadium, this is how you do it. Location of this one is perfect. It's right on campus, right next to the rest of their athletics facilities, and it is right by a really nice water area, waterfront. Exterior is really solid on this one. They went through an excellent redesign of Husky Stadium not too long ago, and it looks really good. And you see right on the sound there, it looks awesome. And there it is with the big crowd there. Obviously, they just made the Natty, so this program will have a lot of fans at their games in the next coming years. Really excited to see how they play in the Big Ten. And up next is Kinnick Stadium, home of Iowa. Opened in 1929, capacity of 70,585. Again, pretty simple one here. We have like the four wings design, although the two end zone seating seating areas do kind of bend to the side, so it kind of wraps around the field a bit. Overall, this one's one of the least interesting ones in my opinion, although they have the Children's Hospital off to the side there. I'm sorry, this is an exterior photo just kind of showing a recent exterior update they had in the last couple of years. And in the Google Earth image here, you can see the Children's Hospital. Obviously, everybody knows the tradition. I believe it's in the third quarter they waved to the children in the hospital there. Really, really nice tradition. But overall, Kinnick Stadium is kind of boring for me. It is right on campus, right in Des Moines, so it's in a good location. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't pop off the page as super interesting to me. You know, it's not doesn't have any super cool features and doesn't have a ridiculous capacity or anything. But overall, a solid stadium, and of course, home of Iowa. Really like this striped seating chart here. That's really cool. And up next is Spartan Stadium, home of Michigan State. Opened in 1923, capacity of 75,000, almost on the dot. This, ironically enough, just because of how close they are to each other, reminds me of Eastern Michigan for some reason. But overall, wraparound donut-shaped design with smaller second decks on each side. Nice amount of luxury booth seating on the one sideline. Nice end zone jumbotron on the one side, just a large one, and then two on the opposite end zone. I think overall that's a really clever design. Exterior is pretty boring on Spartan Stadium, nothing notable at all. You can see in the Google Earth image, it's relatively boring on the exterior, but this one can be fun. When Michigan State has a good team, this is an interesting stadium to see them play in, and the crowds are loud, and it's located in a solid position on Michigan State's campus, and a good spot in town as well. So excellent location to draw a big crowd, as you can see in this photo here. And up next is Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, home of USC. Again, another newcomer to the Big Ten. Opened in 1923 originally for the Olympics, I believe, in 1924. Capacity of 77,500. This also had a massive redesign recently, added a ton of luxury booth seating, nice new jumbotron. Just overall, they added a ton of seatback seats. It was a really nice update. I think it overall extended the lifespan of LA Memorial Coliseum a long time. And overall, this is a really cool stadium. Just brings me back. Love the exterior on it. Just screams Olympics to me. So it's questionable whether that is a good college football atmosphere. Overall, I like it. You can see that jumbotron on the far end zone is really nice there. Google Earth image, you can see a ton of construction going on around it. So this area in LA, it will be updated, and this will be an interesting location to see a college football team play. They have struggled with attendance recently, but in this photo here, you can see they can at least bring in a pretty large crowd on a good night. And up next here is Camp Randall Stadium, home of Wisconsin. Opened in 1917, so it's one of the oldest in the Big Ten. Capacity of 80,321. I like that W in the bleachers there. But on that note, it is all bleacher seating. They just had an end zone exterior and interior renovation done. You can see on the right end zone in this photo. Still just added bleacher seats there, but some luxury seating as well. Nice amount of press boxes here. And I love the look of this stadium. You can see their basketball stadium right back there too in the background. And I like the look of the sign where that close jumbotron is to us here. And overall, the exterior is solid on it. But other than that, nothing too notable at Camp Randall Stadium. And as you see in this Google Earth image, it's located in a unique position. It's right on the side of campus, and it's right near some housing there. So decent location to get to for students. Maybe a little bit harder for a parking situation for a fan coming from off campus, maybe. And as you can see here, though, Wisconsin still has no issue pulling in a crowd. One thing I would say Camp Randall Stadium may need is luxury seating located a little closer to the field. Not sure how they'll figure that out, but there does seem to be a lot of room around the very edges of the field, so maybe some luxury seating there. We'll see how that goes, though. But overall, that is Camp Randall Stadium, home of Wisconsin. And up next is the Rose Bowl, home of UCLA. Opened in 1922, capacity now of 92,542. This one has had a number of extensive updates as well. Obviously, iconic exterior here. We all know the Rose Bowl very well, so it doesn't need too much of an explanation. It is a big bowl of seating, which I personally prefer for college football. They added a huge press box there with some nice luxury booth seating there as well, and a lacking end zone jumbotron that could be a little better, but overall isn't too bad. It's at least Big Ten level, so I can't complain too much about it. Facility is aging a little bit, but they do host the Rose Bowl every year, so the food stands are always up to date at least, as well as the restroom facilities, so there isn't too much to complain about in terms of a fan experience here. Just an iconic venue to be at as well, so you can't complain about that at all, too. And UCLA struggles a little bit to fill up this whole place, as they haven't been that competitive recently, but it has a really nice view that a lot of fans from outside schools will show up for, and of course the Rose Bowl as well. But that is the Rose Bowl, home of UCLA. And up next here is Ohio Stadium, home of Ohio State. Opened in 1922, capacity of 104,944. You'll see with these last three stadiums, there's a lot of competing numbers out there for overall capacity. I just went with what the school listed, but we've seen plenty of times these go over capacity, of course, especially with standing room crowds. But this was the listed capacity from Ohio State. Ohio Stadium, very iconic, used to be just one big horseshoe. Everyone called it the horseshoe, and then they added that student section on the one end zone, which I actually think went very well. Of course, it's all bleacher seating, but the exterior of this stadium is iconic. It's located near downtown Columbus and right off Ohio State's campus. And overall, that makes it a solid location to sell out almost every single game. And Ohio State's one of the top four most competitive programs in the last 10 to 20 years in college football. So, of course, that helps out a lot, too. This one can be very loud and a very, very scary place to play as an opposing program, and overall had a lot of money dumped into it, so the facility is solid. Nice jumbotron, nice luxury booth situation, sort of. The seats are a bit far away, but they have them. But nice food stands, nice restroom facilities, like I mentioned before, too. And this does host the odd event for Columbus as well, as this is their largest stadium there, so you have to keep that in mind as well. And a couple more photos for you guys as well, too. You can see they draw huge crowds there. So that's awesome as well. And up next is Beaver Stadium, home of Penn State. Opened in 1960, capacity of 106,572. I personally think this is the loudest stadium in all of football, NFL, college, high school, any level that you choose from. And I also think it's the scariest place to play in all of football. I know the next one, a lot of people may argue that, but Whiteout Night at Beaver Stadium is insane. If you guys have ever been there, drop a like down in the drop a like and comment and tell me about your experience, because I'd love to hear about it. Beaver Stadium, it faces the same problems as the other stadiums in the Big Ten. Aging facility, and it's almost all bleacher seating. But the fan experience here is not lacking at all. And it is missing a ton of luxury booth seating, but it has a nice amount just located very far away. And a nice amount of press box seating as well. Nice big jumbotrons. Food here is pretty solid. In the restrooms, you'll have to wait a while, but the facilities are clean at least. No problem parking here, as the lot is huge, and it is located right near Penn State's other large athletics fields, including their baseball stadium and their basketball stadium as well, so you'll have no problem finding parking here if you're coming from outside of campus, and it is located near student housing as well. And I wanted to show this exterior photo too. Beaver Stadium will be getting a $700 million exterior update in the next 5 years here, so we'll see how that goes too. Of course, I had to show the iconic whiteout with some fireworks going on. Extremely cool photo. If you've ever been to Beaver Stadium, just those walls of seating, they're insane. But the last one here, I haven't been here yet. Top of my bucket list right now is Michigan Stadium, home of Michigan, of course. Opened in 1927, capacity of 107,601. It's classified as the second largest stadium in the world. I forgot to mention too, I believe Beaver Stadium is marked as 3rd, and Ohio Stadium is 4th or 5th. I can't remember Ohio Stadium. But this is, of course, known as the Big House. Michigan Stadium, absolutely iconic. Just a huge, this is college football right here, an actual bowl of seating. This is a bowl stadium. You gotta love that. Obviously, they added those press boxes there and some luxury seating, and that overall is good. This stadium's been renovated almost perfectly, so the food stands are good, well stocked, as well as the restroom facilities. Nice big jumbotrons there. Obviously, the program is in good shape, just won a national championship, so I don't think Michigan fans can complain at all about that. And again, Michigan Stadium, just iconic. Looks good, just screams college football. I love those arches there, located right by the Chrysler Center, their basketball stadium. And obviously draws some record crowds here. I personally think the 1st of May Stadium, which is known as the largest stadium in the world, located in North Korea, maybe Pyongyang, I can't remember quite where it's located. I don't believe that. I mean, half of the stuff that comes out of North Korea is, quite frankly, bullshit. So why do we believe that? I don't know. This looks bigger to me. Same with Beaver Stadium, same with Ohio Stadium. If I had to guess, 1st of May Stadium holds right about 100,000, but that's just my personal opinion. According to North Korea, it holds something like 150,000. But Michigan Stadium has no problem squeezing in 110, which is just an insane amount of people, just a small city amount of people in one place at one time to watch one game. But always amazing to see, and Michigan Stadium, one of, if not the most iconic stadium in all of college football. So super cool to check out here, and is one of the reasons that this is one of my favorite lists that I've made so far. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you for clicking on the video. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching through the entire video. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy, please, if you could, leave a like and subscribe. That would help out a ton. I really apologize I haven't put out a video in close to a week. I had some computer issues, and my display wasn't working. I had to go out and buy a new PC cable, and then that didn't work, so I plugged my PC into an extra monitor that I had with an HDMI cord, and that worked, and then my other monitor started working. So I don't know what was going on there, but I got it fixed, and we're putting out 2 videos today, so I hope you guys enjoy. And please check that other one out if you get a chance. And same with my other videos. But again, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.